just
Well, you
before-
shouldn't be asking two questions.
Well, you're going to want to answer.
Do me a favor. Ask one of the
I will, but I think you'll want. I think you'll want to answer this
John,
question.
ask one of the finished presidents.
Dan, can I come back to you? Because I think you'll want to answer.
We'll talk later. Sure. Well, it sounds like it might be a good question. Let me see if I like the question. Go ahead. Maybe for the first time in 3 years, I'll have a good question, and I'll love it.
There is a report that came out just before you and President Ninishita walked out here that the whistleblower met with a staff member of Adam Schiff prior.
Oh, I love that question.
Being filed.
It shows that Schiff is a fraud, and I love that question. Thank you, John.
So can I finish asking it?
Yes, there's nothing to finish.
So the whistleblower, according to this report, met with a member of Adam Schiff's staff. You got it right there. You know it.
I hate to say it's the New York Times. I can't believe they wrote it.
Your response to the
Maybe
fact
they're getting better.
Your response to the fact that that happened and that Schiff may have learned some of what the whistleblower knew prior to the complaint.
Well, I think it's a scandal that he knew before. I go a step further. I think he probably helped write it. Okay? That's what the word is. And I think it's, I give a lot of respect for the New York Times for putting it out. It just happened as I'm walking up here, they handed it to me. And I said to Mike, I said, whoa, that's something. That's big stuff. That's a big story. He knew long before, and he helped write it too. It's a scam. It's a scam. Just to finish on this, I appreciate it. I love that second question, by the way. Should have asked it first. but let me just tell you, the whole thing is a scam. The Mueller deal was a scam. The Russian collusion was a scam. You can ask Putin. Nobody's been rougher on Russia than Donald Trump.
Shorn of its rambling character and in not so many words, this is the essence of what the president communicates. We've been very good to your country, very good. No other country has done as much as we have. But you know what? I don't see much reciprocity here. I hear what you want. I have a favor I want from you, though. And I'm going to say this only 7 times, so you better listen good. I want you to make up dirt on my political opponent, understand lots of it. On this and on that. I'm going to put you in touch with people, and not just any people. I'm going to put you in touch with Attorney General of the United States, my Attorney General, Bill Barr. He's got the whole weight of the American law enforcement behind him. And I'm going to put you in touch with Rudy. You're going to love him, trust me. You know what I'm asking, and so I'm only going to say this a few more times, in a few more ways. And by the way, don't call me again. I'll call you when you've done what I asked. This is, in character, what the president was trying to communicate with the president of Ukraine. It would be funny if it wasn't such a graphic betrayal of the president's oath of office. As an aside, I want to mention that my colleague is right on both counts. It's not okay, but also my summary of the president's call was meant to be at least part in parody. The fact that that's not clear is a separate problem in and of itself. Of course, the president never said, if you don't understand me, I'm going to say it 7 more times. My point is, that's the message that the Ukraine president was receiving. In not so many words. Mr. Carson.
Chairman Schiff, but was it right for him to have that dramatic interpretation of the president's transfer of the phone call at the hearing last week?
I want the American people to know what that phone call was about. I want them to hear it. So yeah, it's fair. It's sad. But it's using the president's own words. So if he's...
Well, those weren't the president's words. It was an interpretation of the president's words. They're saying he made this up.
He did not make it up. Look, I want to tell you something. When I took the oath of office to support and defend the Constitution, as my colleagues have done as well, I did not say I will do this as long as the Republicans can understand the Constitution. So the fact that their loyalty is to Trump and not to the Constitution is not going to slow down or impair our ability to keep the Republic.
That there was going to be the withholding of that aid by the president until an agreement was made on behalf of Ukraine to investigate the Bidens.
Well, first off, your question highlights exactly why the transcript from yesterday should be released, not just drip by drip, released selectively, cherry picking which texts to provide to the media and the American public. The transcript of yesterday's several hour-long interview would be very great context here. Bill Taylor wanted aid to be provided to Ukraine. He believed in the mission, as did Ambassador Volker and did others in the United States government. They wanted the aid released, and what you saw from Ambassador Sunderland immediately shooting down any type of speculation as to why there was a hole. Ambassador Volker testified yesterday that even they did not receive the reason as to why there was a hold placed at that time. But as soon as that suggestion, that question, that speculation was made, it was immediately shot down. The president made it crystal clear to other representatives who were part of this text exchange that there was no quid pro quo. That is not what this situation
Bill Taylor,
is about.
the top American diplomat in Ukraine, seems to suggest in that text, and correct me if I'm wrong, how do you see it? I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign. So somehow, he was led to believe that there was a plan to do just that. Does that concern you at all?
Once again, this is another reason why that transcript should be released, and a great opportunity right now for Adam Schiff to provide to the American public to form their own independent decisions and judgment is to provide the transcript. So one of the things that came up during yesterday's hearing are the different meetings that took place with the President of the United States in the Oval Office. Meetings that took place with Ambassador John Bolton, with his counterpart in the Ukraine. And who was in that room? And Ambassador Volker was in that room time and again. And you had
okay, I've got a couple more questions for you.
In one room.
There are a lot of Republicans who believe specifically that the chairman of your committee is not an honest broker, and that the bipartisan oversight, shall we say, history of the Intelligence Committee that was historically in no way partisan for obvious reasons, that Adam Schiff has just gone by the wayside on that, and therefore the asking the oversight questions that the chairman is and that you aren't being done with good faith.
You mean unlike under the leadership of Chairman Nunes over the last couple of years?
Hold on, Congressman. The whataboutism is famous in Washington. Let's just stick to where we're at about Chairman Schiff.
So I'll tell you this, Leland, in all candor and from my heart. I'm 67 years old. I was first elected to the State House of Representatives in 1976. I've been in and out of public service for 43 years, mostly in the private or nonprofit sector. But I've had the opportunity and the privilege to serve with a lot of outstanding men and women, Democrats and Republicans, conservatives and liberals. And I'll tell you that I have never once in 43 years served with anybody with more integrity and more intelligence than Adam Schiff. period.
Well, that is a full-throated defense if I have ever heard one, sir. We appreciate your time with us. Safe travels back to D.C., and when you get some answers, come back and share with us what you can.
Thank you, Leland.
We
appreciate being on.
Appreciate your time, sir. Laura